now. Start broadcast now. But wait, 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 wait. Because there's an ad. We're waiting for the ad. Wait. Wait for it. Wait for it. Hold on. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Okay, go.
All come to this happy place. Welcome. Disneyland is your land. Here age relives fond memories of the past. And here youth may savor the challenge and promise of the future. Disneyland is dedicated to the ideals, the dreams, and the hard facts that have created America, with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world. Thank you.
Hi.
Oh no. Fail.
Hi guys. How are you guys doing? Welcome to I Love Zombie. I'm Circa. Zombie Mama. Cindy. Angel. We were gone last week because, as you guys know, it was Halloween and we trick-or-treated with our monsters.
Sorry, I can't.
They went around the neighborhood. It's funny because it's not as big as it was when I was a kid. At least what I remember.
Sorry.
There was mainly the older people. I'd say 70s were the ones giving out candy. Not many young people, and it was very, very scarce, the candy around my neighborhood, around our neighborhood. So we
for about an hour they didn't even fill their bags, but I mean all that matters is they had fun. So
we're back. This episode we're gonna go through a couple of things. We're gonna talk about what's been happening recently with the Walt Disney Company. We're gonna talk about these awesome website. Wait, can you see it? FindingMickeys.com.
Finding Mickey, it's not.
Oh, Mickey. Sorry.
Yes.
FindingMickey.com. You can see my nipples through the shirt.
There you go. Oh wow, I like that it's forward. You can read it.
We'll talk about that. Then we'll just talk real quick about what happened yesterday with the elections. We won't go into the presidential election because I mean
there's a lot of drama behind it.
Yeah, it's really split. We'll go measures that caught our eyes and it just shows the progress socially that our country's doing. There were 4 states that went for equality for marriage, and it went 4-for-4. So it kind of shows you that our society's progressing. It's accepting more of the equality aspect of it. People are understanding. I think the youth are overtaking the baby boomers in the voting, and now it's not so much about, hey, you know what, the religion aspect of it is hey, you know what, it's their decision, not ours.
Well, one of the guys yesterday when we were watching all the stuff on the election, one of the guys, one of the guys on the panel, they asked him, what he thought about gay marriage, and he said, or gays in general, and he said being gay now is like being left-handed. It's boring. Those are his words, not mine. So it's something that's become common. It's common to be left-handed now, so it's just common to be gay. So it's normal.
Yeah.
It's weird that I can't see
the states that did it was Maine, Maryland, Washington, and Minnesota. Minnesota, I believe it was trying to defeat the constitutional amendment that would ban it. So in all 4 of them, it passed and it was accepted.
But California still.
Yeah, and that's what's funny.
I thought California would be the first. To be honest.
With Prop 8, that's.
But I guess not.
Chat should be working. I don't know why it's not.
It's not.
Not working.
It's over here. I don't know what you did.
Nothing. All you do is
see, it's not working.
I don't know why it's not working. Why chat's not working.
I like chat too, so I'm sad.
Yeah, we like to know what you guys are talking about, what you guys are saying. Hopefully it comes up. Hopefully you guys start typing more. See, connecting, disconnected, connecting, disconnecting.
There's always something.
Yeah, it's the government They're on to us.
Yeah.
They knew we were going to talk about equal rights. And the other one, which is funny, I posted it up yesterday. I mean, I've told people on the social networking and stuff. I've never smoked pot. I don't smoke it, but I support it. I wish it would just become legalized.
Like alcohol.
I think the prohibition of marijuana is stupid. The history of why it was prohibited. One of the slogans that they used in the 30s was that if women smoked pot, they would start being attracted to black men.
And once you go black, you never go back.
Yeah. So that was just one of the things. And actually, I believe it was 6 states that did it. Colorado, Oregon, Washington, Massachusetts, Arkansas, and Montana. Arkansas was against. Montana was for. Massachusetts passed. Washington passed. Oregon, which is surprising.
Portland.
Yeah, I mean, Oregon just seems like
They seem like the laid back place. I love everybody in Oregon. I mean, not that I don't anymore. I just thought that it would pass just because they're so nice out there. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's funny because in Oregon it was endorsed by Willie Nelson. I mean,
I just
how can you not agree with Willie Nelson?
I figure all the blue states that go for Obama are the same states that maybe go for pot, you know. But I guess not Oregon passing.
Yeah, I don't know. So Oregon, and then their arch rival Washington did pass it. Then Colorado. Colorado would be somewhere where I didn't think it would pass. But from what I've read and I've heard, it's a very liberal, just chill area. There's a lot of, as Nick 13 said, hippies.
Oh yeah.
That live there. Well, no, I mean,
over here.
Yeah. So that's a couple of things that just happened throughout the nation that caught my eye. I thought it was awesome. It was cool. Here in California, there was a couple of propositions, a couple that went good, a couple that went bad. There was someone on Twitter that I follow. He tweeted this earlier this morning. Fuck education. Kill the convicts. Don't tell me about how shitty my food is. Make sure those tards wear condoms. California. So.
Is he being sarcastic?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So last night there was Prop 30, which was tax for education. They would raise the tax, I believe, 0.25, the state tax in California, and it all goes towards education. It's, I believe, for a couple of years. I have to read more up on it. There you go. The overnight when we fell asleep last night, it was 50-50, and what I don't understand is how does something like that split? I mean, it's for the kids.
I don't know. Like, if they were to tell me, well, that's what it is. They're supposed to tax you more, but the rest of the extra taxes that they're taxing you more on is going towards education. I got 2 kids. If you're gonna tell me that you're gonna take more tax out of his paycheck for their schooling, I'm not gonna think twice on it. So I don't know how people were voting no on it. You know, I was dumbfounded. So
that went overnight. In the morning, they were still counting, and eventually it got passed. But it got passed by a very small margin. So it just shows you again when people talk about, oh, you know, your vote doesn't count. I believe for the presidential, Florida's still being counted. So if anybody is watching from Florida, I mean, keep us posted.
Yeah.
Again, it was very close. So that was Prop 30. It was very weird. The other one was Prop 34 here in California that we found interesting, and it was repealing the death penalty. So basically, if the people that were on death penalty, they would go into life in prison. There was a savings of like $100 million through the span of it. That one didn't pass.
I voted yes.
To make it pass, yeah.
Make it pass.
I mean, it just... I don't know. I don't agree with the death penalty. I don't.
Yeah, I think if their crime was bad enough to give them the death penalty, just leave them in jail.
I think that's the worst.
I think that's worse. If they're gonna pay for their crime, it should be life in prison. You know, don't let them take the easy way out. You know, that was my take on it, but it didn't pass.
So that one didn't pass, and that one made me sad for California.
Yeah.
Prop 36. That one was actually one that passed. That was cool. It changed how the 3 strikes law works here. before how it works, say for example, your third strike, you crosswalk. I'm being extreme. Jaywalk. Sorry.
Jaywalk.
You would go to jail for life, and
Yeah.
that's stupid. Like, you know,
Just because it's your third strike.
there's a lot of stories that I've read, and I mean, people can correct me if I'm wrong, or I mean, if you disagree, I'm always up for discussions. Where I've read where there was a man that was on his third strike, but he couldn't get a job because he was an ex-felon and so forth. He went and stole a loaf of bread for his family, and he goes to jail for life for stealing bread for his family. Which, I mean, yeah, it's unethical, but at the same time, sometimes you got to feed your family. You know, you can't get jobs. But luckily, California had passed it, so they're fixing that aspect of the three strikes law.
Cool. I thought that was cool because, I mean, sometimes people do make mistakes and, you know, and they're trying to better themselves, but sometimes you just do something stupid that you wouldn't even think of getting, you know, super in trouble for it, like not pay a ticket or something, and you end up going to jail for life for trying to better yourself, but you just did that one little mistake that wasn't even that big. And so the fact that they're fixing that is pretty awesome.
Prop 37, genetically enhanced food gets labeled. So when you guys have a chance, research Monsanto. Monsanto is an evil, evil company. Monsanto was one of the biggest proponents to stop this proposition. In my opinion, I want to know what the hell I'm eating.
I mean, I think a lot of us do. I want to know what, I mean, I think Kim today, Spooky Boo, posted something and she was eating like a hamburger and she's like, thanks to California law, like, I don't know if I'm eating a human now. You know, and it's true.
No, well, that's extreme.
That's extreme. No, but it's true. It's true. They could put freaking chihuahuas in a taco and we won't know.
So that's one of the things in Sally Doll 13. It seems like California never passes what everyone thinks it should. See, California is very, very split. It's there's a lot of conservative, a lot of liberal, and then in between. So that in between is what sways the votes back and forth. The liberals are sure marijuana is going to be legalized. We're sure we're going to get marriage equality, but it doesn't happen.
Miss Bliss is right that it feels like some people don't understand and vote against it, not knowing. My younger sister said that she was confused on the way and the way they worded it. You're totally right because
what proposition?
No, just in general, the way they write things. Like, I don't understand them. Like, honestly, I don't understand them. I have to read them out loud. And Angel, he understands because he's really political with stuff. And he, like, tells me what it is. He gives me the English definition of it because I don't understand. So, I mean, she's not alone. The easiest way is, like, the way I do it with him is I have him read it because he understands. So, if she doesn't understand or just anybody else, I think it's educating yourself. It's looking it up. That's what the internet has everything, has answers for everything. And I think that's the easiest way. It's just not give up, not just be like, well, fuck it, I don't understand. You know, like, educate yourself on it.
Yeah. So that, well, yeah, you're right. What's great with now the internet is you have so much ability to look up on your phone. There's like Easy Voter California. There's different like ways you could read it, go into it, and research it further. To put it in just simple terms. Last one in California. Well, I believe it's LA County, not California. Yeah, LA County. Prop B. Okay, Prop B makes porn stars wear condoms. Here at this house, it seems like there might have been a split.
I was split. See, like, okay, well, I mean, I voted against it, against having them put on condoms, like making them mandatory to put on condoms. But like now that like I think about it, like I understand why they did it now. Like I understand that it's sucky for the actors to have to wear condoms because the consumer sometimes doesn't want to see condoms in pornos because it's a turnoff. So therefore, the consumer won't buy that DVD, and the actors won't get paid. The directors and everybody won't get paid. So I get it, you know. That's why I voted against it. But I know why they're doing it. It's like the helmet law with riding motorcycles, you know. These dudes, they make women and men wear helmets because if something happens, fucking brains all over the concrete, you know? So I get why they're doing it. They need to wear condoms so they don't spread diseases. So it's like the helmet law. I get why they're doing it, but I mean, it sucks that they have to wear condoms now, but they're just being smart about it, I guess.
I just think that they've policed themselves well enough for so many years. I think recently, a year ago, there was a situation where a porn star wasn't tested correctly, and he ended up having HIV, and then they fixed it. You know, uh, they're in the business of protecting themselves. They have to be protected. They know what they're getting themselves into. They're adults. Again, it falls into, I think, too much control over something so simple. I get the argument about the motorcycle law
But
and like the
I get
seatbelt
your
law,
argument, you know, it's just they just want to control.
and I think that's where it ends. They've policed themselves enough, and then it hurts the economy here. The San Fernando Valley is a huge porn industry place, and now there's a lot of companies that are saying, hey, you know what? If we fight this in court and it actually goes through, and they enforce it, we're leaving. We're out of here.
Yeah, no, there's actors that are just like, well, fuck it, I'm not gonna do it.
You know, so that's the sad part of it. I think it's stupid.
They're gonna make James Dean wear a condom, ladies. Sucky.
I think James Dean films in Oregon, so he's safe.
Okay.
Again, Portland. Someone mentioned Prop 38, which is the tax fund for education and early childhood programs. Increases taxes on earnings using sliding scale for 12 years. Revenues go through K through 12. Again, it's dumb that we don't want to fund kids. But again, that's where the economical split is. And I noticed it last night, and I was trying not to make it that way, and I try not to make it ethnicity based, but it is. Unfortunately, here, the how it works, and just in our country, we're so diverse. But the Hispanics, the African Americans, the Asians, the Indians, just the diversity go apart from the white man. The white man usually, and I'm not generalizing, I'm talking about from what I've seen with the votes, is they go to want to save money, where us, the Hispanics and so forth, we go and, hey, you know what, we're trying to better this. Yeah, there's the split in everyone. There's the white people that don't, and there's Hispanics that do, and blah, blah, blah. But for example, this one's a simple, plain one. I'm cool, whatever, fuck it, you're going to tax me? It's going to go to kids? Okay, let's just make sure we follow through on it, and it's going to go to kids.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's sad
it's
to
like
see
that
it.
with everything. Like, if you're going to tax me to build a playground, tax me. Take it. You know, like, if you're going to do good with it, then do it. You know, but I just want to see that you do good. Don't just feed me bullshit and take my money and not do anything with it. I don't understand why people don't see that it's for good, and they just see that it's money being taken away. And it sucks.
So Patty Rocks put, the things is that most of the money won't be seen in the classroom. It will go, and then you got cut off. So I mean, if you type it up, I'll bring it up again. And I mean, that's the basic of it with the election. Stuff that I saw, stuff that caught my eye, that we were discussing and we talked about. That it's trippy. It's trippy to see it. Last night, Obama's speech, what he said at the end was fucking perfect. You know, that black, white, blah blah blah, gay, straight,
Mexican,
rich, poor, like we're all in this together. We're in a country that's diverse. That's what we are. We are the most diverse country in the world. I'm a very, very big proponent to able, disabled. Yeah, I'm a very big proponent to, you know what? Let's try to make sure I don't need $1 billion to survive. You know, let's spread it so everybody's successful, and if everybody's successful, our society's successful. You know, education and so forth. That will lead us into our next story. Disney. So Disney last week bought Lucasfilm for $4 billion, and that gives them the rights to ILM, which is International or Light and Magic. What's it called? What's the I for? If someone helps me out, what the I in ILM is, it's Light and Magic. Um, the Indiana Jones franchise, the Star Wars franchise,
So,
Industrial Light and Magic, Star Wars franchise, Howard the Duck, Willow. All these that were part of his company are now owned by Disney. It's a huge, ginormous thing.
I mean, I'm. You guys know I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. I try to be. I watched the first three, which were the last three, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
episode 1 to 3.
Yeah, I've seen those and I fell in love. I have yet to see the the last three, which are the
middle
first ones. It's confusing.
4, 5, 6.
I haven't seen those yet, but I've seen some. And I'm into them now. I think I'm forced to get into it now because the girls are gonna grow up with Disney owning Star Wars, so they're gonna fall even more in love with Star Wars, not only because of their dad, but because of Disney now. So I have to get into it now. I'm excited. I'm excited because it's growing, because Disney's growing, and it doesn't get old ever. And right when you think that you've seen it all, bam, they bring out something new. And so I'm super stoked on Star Wars. So
yeah, I'm super stoked on Star Wars. Like the thought of them being able to, or already announcing Episode 7 in 2015. If it's gonna take that, if it's gonna be that quick, awesome. If it takes a longer, that's fine.
the girls are gonna be grown up. That's what I keep thinking about.
Yeah.
Like when it's finally there, like the girls are gonna understand. So.
And then the storylines that they could go into.
Yeah.
The future that brings to our favorite part of Disney, the parks. Now Disney owns Marvel, Star Wars. Okay, so from what the rumors have been going around, there's an article of MTV Geek that they're into.
Yeah, we read that.
They're into. We'll talk about it. They're into buying Hasbro. Hasbro writes My Little Pony, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Monopoly, all these big brands. So let's talk about Transformers, G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Marvel.
Oh, superheroes.
Okay, they're all that.
Yeah.
So the rumors have always ran around that the third part was going to be Star Wars or something similar. Now that they own the rights to it, it's just kind of like...
It's kind of like making it official. It's like, oh, the rumors are true. Like, so... Can you imagine like a Star Wars theme park?
Well, it'd be Star Wars, Transformers, Marvel, like, G.I. Joe, like
fucking crazy. They're like Disney's gonna take over everything. Like I'm so excited for the future. Like I remember 2-3 years ago when Cars Land announced, and it announced they didn't even have anything. They just said this is in the making. We went ape shit. We couldn't even wait. Like I was waiting. I was pregnant with Tula, and like we just kept saying when Tula's 2 years old, it's gonna be open. It's gonna be open. She's gonna be able to ride everything. She's gonna be 3 now, and like Cars Land is our favorite land now at DCA. So like now and it goes by so fast. So now like the girls are gonna be 3 and 2, and they do this with Star Wars. Like they're just gonna take over Anaheim. Exactly. They're gonna take over Anaheim. They're gonna kick everybody out of Anaheim, so don't move to Anaheim. You should turn off the light. Because the girls will wake up. Ooh. He got beer.
So wait, what you talk about last?
That they're taking over that. Thank you.
So that's a big exciting thing. So how we made the segment going from money going to school and Star Wars
Check out our koozies.
was findingmickeys.com. Finding Mickey. I know.
He
I
keeps
don't know
pluralizing it. Here.
The way they're doing it is, George Lucas. He's donating the $4 billion to education. How fucking awesome is that? Again, that just and it's not the first time he does it. He's done it before. He's done it where he's donated money here, money there. He believes higher education is the future of our country, and it is. It's important.
That's like, dude, if he wasn't cool already for selling it, he's fucking cool as shit for giving it away. So
cool as shit.
Yeah.
So that goes into that. Keep talking about Disney and stuff. So findingmickey.com is an awesome website. It's a website that it's ran by two very cool people.
Huge Disney fanatic.
Yeah, I think like we consider ourselves pretty big. Like the couple that runs this,
they're way bigger.
Yeah,
they're way bigger. And when you think that there's someone like you're the biggest at everything, someone always surprises you, and they're huge. Fans.
So it's ran by Rosemary and Neil. They have three very adorable little kids that are obviously going to carry on the legacy of like the Disney fan, the Disney fanatic. It started in 2005, from what I understand, from what I read.
So yeah.
And it started from their love of Disney. It started their addiction to the park. They've been annual pass holders since 2003. Neil was a cast member for Disney, which is freaking rad. Like it just shows you, hey, you know what? It gets you. It fills you. It pulls you in. It's what it does to all of us. And I mean, what it does with us starting about the
Disney store.
Huh?
I think I'm reading. Sorry.
It starts with the Neverlanders. I mean, it's that idea: never grow up. You know.
Yeah.
Even if you have kids, he was a cast member at the Disney store, not Disneyland. Oh.
It still counts.
Yeah, I mean, there's still that love for the company. If you guys go on their website, it's really cool. It's got the hidden Mickeys. It's got a hidden Mickey's checklist. Secrets, details, really rad history. Something that I like is that they've posted pictures of all the costume characters that they've been able to get. And there's some characters that in my, 12 years, 11 years of being a season ticket holder, I've never ever seen.
I know, pass holder.
What did I say?
Season ticket holder. That's what
I'm sorry.
Say.
I talk about the sports. So yeah, like they have, if you guys go on there, they have Bert from Mary Poppins. Boo. I've never seen Boo running around.
I've seen her in the parade.
Yeah, but not like taking
just
pictures.
Just the one time, but yeah, just not. She doesn't come out anymore, really, in the parade. But she doesn't walk around or anything.
Bullseye.
I've never seen Bullseye.
That's like Clarabelle we saw because of the jamboree where they open.
Look, Donald and Daisy, I've never seen them together in the history of my past. That's 7 years. I've never seen them together. I've seen Donald a few times, obviously. Daisy, I've only seen her one time in the 7 years, and she wouldn't even stop to take a picture because she was in the whole dancey thing. So, like, we're, like, moving in the picture. So
they have those pictures on their website, which is pretty rad. It's something I really dig. Something that I dug. If you go in there About Us, it talks about them being L7. Let me read it so I don't... Galactic Hero. So if you don't know what an L7 Galactic Hero is, it's in Buzz Lightyear's ride, the Astro Blasters. That's the top level you could get. Like, nothing higher.
I think I've gotten L3.
Yeah. I
don't go past L3.
Yeah, but if you guys go on their website...
It gives you tips.
On how to do it. How to be an L7 Galactic Hero.
I didn't know that until he told me today. He's like, did you see that they have tips? I was like, what? I'm so...
Yeah,
like,
level 7, L7.
Yeah. Like, I've never been past level 3, so... Tips, y'all. Like, if you're going to visit Disneyland anytime soon, go read the tips. Because how awesome would it be to get to level 7?
Another cool thing, they actually decoded Indiana Jones. I talked about it a couple of podcasts ago. The Mara decoder cards. And it's cool because they have actual images of what they look like. There was a couple of them that were made. The first one was, I believe, by AT&T, which is really rad. I remember that one. That was the original one.
I had that one when I was a kid.
But they went through and they decoded everything. Which is cool because there was a hidden Mickey in Disney that I found out. Well, not really a hidden Mickey. It was a hidden, like, little Mickey thing. It's 2 M's. So,
Mickey Mouse?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So that's another pretty rad thing. Something.
Website's just really cool.
Yeah, just you guys head over to findingmickey.com. If you're a Disney fan, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love all the stuff that they do. They have a little guest book where you guys can write in on what you guys think about it. You know, kind of thank them for like taking their time. It's just 2 people
family.
That
They also have Instagram at Finding Mickey, and they sent us this really cool book. Do you remember we talked about it? So we're fucking excited for this book. We haven't. I don't even like want to go through it until we're like at Disneyland. Like we'll just like glance, and then he'll be like, "Stop." But they sent us this really cool book, so I'm really stoked about the book.
and
Thank you.
and it just again it adds to the aura of like Disney, where it's the hidden Mickeys where we talked about in one of the podcasts, the little tidbits of history that are throughout, like the little hidden details, like that parking sign in Indiana Jones, the moose heads in Winnie the Pooh, and so forth. You know, it's just everything about Disney is enticing. There's a lot of people that are like, oh, I don't like Disney, blah blah blah. Well, because you haven't been with a true Disney fan, and
Yeah.
I mean,
I think Disneyland for some people can be frustrating because of the line waiting and the crowds. But even with the line waiting and the crowds, if you go with the right people, it's a great experience. And that's the whole point of why we're doing the Neverlanders too, because waiting in a line or walking up to a line and seeing a 90-minute wait doesn't feel like 90 minutes when you're with the right group of people. And that's what we're trying to accomplish with the Neverlanders. We're trying to make it a fun group. And a group, I mean, we do everything as a group except pee and take a dump.
We might do that
but
too.
We'll wait for you outside while you go. We won't leave you. That's what we're trying to do. And so go if you haven't been with the right crowd. We're the right crowd. So.
Also, something I noticed today on their website, Rosemary also runs two other blogs or two other kind of websites. I think they're blog websites. DisneylandMom.com and the Disney Test Kitchen. The DisneylandMom.com, which is really cool, especially if you have kids, you get tips on Disney. It's something people always ask because of the girls.
Yeah, we get a lot of questions like that, and I'm always happy to help. But I mean, you got it right in front of you, findingmickey.com, and it's on the right-hand side on that column. There's awesome tips on there, so it works out. I know Bray Shark, she's always asking for advice too, with going with the girls and stuff, or with your girl. So there you go. It's always awesome to get mom tips. I haven't been brave enough to go by myself yet. I don't think I ever will, just because going to Disneyland by myself or with the girls without him feels like cheating.
For me too.
Literally. So I don't know if I'll ever go. Not too much because I can't handle it, but just because I have all my fun with him. So.
Yeah, I went once a couple of months ago. I went with my mom because she had to take care of something with her past.
Yeah.
And it was just me and her because Cindy was working, and it was awkward for me because I wasn't with Cindy, and two, it's just difficult because my mom is different than Cindy. Cindy will discipline him. My mom's kind of like, oh, let them run around. So I know it was a busy Friday night when we went. A lot of people, it was hard. It was difficult. Twitter, yeah, they do. It's at Finding Mickey.
Yeah, I think all of them are Finding Mickey. At Finding Mickey.
And they're great with Twitter. They reply right away. You have a question, they're gonna go to it. Something on this that I thought was really, really rad. Where was it? On their website. On their website, they have their link to all their Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Flickr, links, and so forth. Oh man, now I can't find it. I'll find it later. I'll find it and then I'll post it on our Twitter about their Twitter or about their website. Something that I noticed is recently they had a new baby, little baby girl. Yeah, not that I didn't know. I was processing in my head. So I think the mom blog is running a little behind, but I'm pretty sure they'll catch up pretty soon. Yeah, you are. You are.
From the top.
Their little girl's gonna turn 1 in December. It's funny because their little girl was born 4 days before Tula, but 2 years after.
Yeah.
So it's a trip. I mean, it's just something else that draws them to the family.
1 December 1st. Wow. Ours is turning 3 December 5th.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Scary.
Yeah. That first year went by like that, I bet.
Yeah.
First 3 went by like that. But yeah. FindingMickey.com. You'll have a blast. If you're going to visit Disneyland, they have really cool Finding Mickey's checklist. I suggest you look that up.
You can print it out.
I mean, yeah, you can print it out. I mean, why not make...
But this one's awesome.
Yes, thank you. You can make your trip that much fun just having a checklist, just doing it for fun when you're people watching. So
there's like a scavenger hunt in here.
Yeah, there's 3.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, there's 3.
We're gonna.
You've gone through this. I haven't.
So I was reading it to you. So we're gonna use a lot of the scavenger hunts for our activities for the Neverlanders. So thanks a whole lot.
Don't say that. No one's supposed to know what's going on.
But they don't know what meat.
But yeah, don't. People are gonna start researching stuff.
It could. What you guys don't even know what meat. We're already planning December's meat.
January's is all set too.
Yeah, January.
So for everyone that's been like joining the Neverlanders, everyone that's around right now, like we said last podcast, we're at 8 members. We already have people processing in for the December meet, which is awesome. It's gonna be December. What did I say? 16, 7? Yeah, 16. December 16th. The due date to get in your membership fee is gonna be. What did I say? November 19th. November 19th. Yeah. And like we said, little by little, since we're growing, it's getting bigger, and it's, I mean, taking off a little faster than I thought it would.
Yeah.
We'll start setting up benefits and stuff like that with the membership fee. Right now, is you just get your patch, which I mean is you're showing your alliance to the Neverlanders.
Which I absolutely love. We get asked all the time about our vest. We get people wanting to take pictures of it, random people. The last time we went, we had a few people ask, and Angel just, because we don't have business cards yet, but we will. Angel just shoots out the email. He's like, okay, it's neverlanders55@gmail.com. And I'm like, these people are never going to email. And sure enough, that second, they would email us asking for information. So it's going by fast. People are interested. People think the vests are cool. You're a part of something Disney and you're marked with it. You're pretty much branded, so it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's a great thing. And right now we've talked about other shit like meets we can do outside of the park, Disney related, obviously, because that's what we're about. We're Disney fans. But yeah, check out findingmickey.com. Go give them some love. Also
Twitter, Instagram,
Facebook. YouTube. All the social networks, everybody's on them. You have to be. That's how the election was won. The poor Mitt Romney still doesn't know how to use his iPhone.
I don't want to talk about him. Don't mention his name on this. What is wrong with you?
Sorry. Jesus.
Thank you.
So check him out. For Neverlanders, at Neverlanders SC, it's going to be NEVERLANDERSSC on Twitter, and then neverlanderssc.forumocean.com.
You should just type it in there.
Yeah, I know. MySpace.
Laugh out loud. She's joking.
Oh, okay.
She's like, we're on Friendster. Just kidding.
Oh.
Just kidding.
I was like, MySpace? Who still uses MySpace? Justin Timberlake actually bought MySpace.
Well, no, I don't talk about Justin Timberlake either.
She's mad because he got married to the awesome Jessica Biel.
She's so bland. Yes, she's vanilla, and he's like fucking mint chocolate chip. He's fabulous.
No,
and she's just.
I mean, he's fabulous. Dude, like, yeah, he's awesome. But Jessica Biel's pretty awesome. Don't hate.
No.
Yeah, they got married.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, you're gonna make awesome Mickey Mouse Club babies.
Don't hate. She's awesome.
Yeah, see. Yeah, don't hate. She's
I don't
awesome.
care. I'm a hater.
And what's that? What did I always want her to be? I wanted her to be Catwoman. I think she would have been a perfect Catwoman. Now that Catwoman's been taken care of, maybe Poison Ivy. I can see her as Poison Ivy. She's all seductive and stuff.
Because she's got the body for Poison Ivy. I see her as Poison Ivy.
Okay, I got her on the boat now.
I'll give you that.
Oh, I have a Justin Doll from NSYNC.
Oh, can I make out with it?
Harley Quinn? I don't know if I see her as Harley Quinn.
I see Harley like a Quinn's tiny petite.
Yeah.
I see me as Harley Quinn.
No, who could I see as Mila Kunis? I think I see as Harley Quinn. The one where she did Justin Timberlake, Friends with Benefits. Friends with Benefits.
Oh yeah, she's a good Harley Quinn.
Think I
She's
can see her
funny
as Harley
too, and
Quinn.
she's cute and tiny. Yeah, I see her.
Yeah, see, Hooligan Ox, you know what I'm talking about, right? That's where I got it. Catwoman. Perfect.
Why? Because she shows her booty? No thanks.
That movie's hilarious. Chuck and Larry is a great movie. When he talks about I'm a 10, he's like, I'm a 10. I'm a 10. That guy's freaking hilarious.
Okay.
So,
Let's talk about her.
Alright, so, like I said, findingmickey.com, Neverlanders, 4emotion.com. Join us. We'll have a blast. We'll have fun.
Can't wait for our meet in a week and a half.
Yeah, the 18th is the meet. The 18th is the meet. Yeah, it's next Sunday, which is gonna be pretty cool.
I'm excited.
Well, the following thing we're gonna talk about is we're gonna answer a bunch of emails that we've gotten. We've gotten a bunch of emails, and we haven't been able to just answer them because I mean we're just
busy.
Everything we try to do. Like I'm spinning 40 plates at once because I enjoy it. That's what I love. And right now, going into my season. I'm excited. I'm gonna have a blast. So if you guys need shopping, make sure you go shop at Toys R Us. Support, it's good. I don't know if I should mention them. Never mind.
You're getting trouble.
All of these we'll keep them anonymous, just because they don't mention if they're anonymous or not. We'll just read them out to you. Give our little 2 cents, and then you guys can post and talk and chit-chat and socialize. That's what we're about. It's about socializing, talking, chit-chatting, having a blast, having a beer with a Mickey Mouse. Wait.
I think you've had too many already.
I only had one.
Jeez.
This is how I am normally.
You read, I'll answer.
Okay. So, first email. Baby blues. I know, I'm hot. This office, the boat cave.
The lighting in here. Because
Jesus.
I have like super high-tech lighting so I could see well, and the lighting heats you up. So.
Spend a lot of moolah at that store. Yeah, you better. It's paying for our stuff. I'm just kidding. Something with cool right now is do the rewards card. Everyone that's watching, if you go shop and buying gifts for Toys R Us, do the rewards card. You get 10% back on your in January. So if you spend $300, you get $30 back. I think it's awesome. It's a great deal.
We don't mention work on this.
Oh yeah, it's no work.
I don't mention work, so you shouldn't mention work.
Okay, I'll stop. See what you did? Mel does hair 23. God. All right. Hey, Zombie Mama. I just had a beautiful baby girl about 2 months ago. See, what about Zombie Papa? 2 months ago via C-section. I was in labor for 3 days and baby's heart rate kept dropping. So I asked for a C-section even though I really didn't want one. And it was wonderful when you had... Oh, wait. I don't know. I was wonderful when you had your girls. Did you go through the baby blues? And if you did, how did you deal with it? I feel as everything I went through in those 3 days plus the 10 months of pregnancy, she was late at 40 weeks, 5 days. Really messed with me. Baby blues.
Well, I didn't get baby blues. Baby blues, for those of you that don't know, it's basically postpartum depression. I got a little...
Hooligan Ox, listen.
I got a little, I say, maybe I did get a little baby blues, but it wasn't bad to the point where, you need antidepressants or anything like that. I think with you, I don't know how old this email is because we're just answering them. I think you need a really strong support system. So, when I was having bad days, I told Angel I was having bad days, so he was my rock. He lifted me back up when I was on the ground. So, I mean, the best advice I could give you after, giving birth is try, I know, it's hard with a new baby and stuff, like, try to do what made you feel good about yourself. If what you need is some time alone from baby, because baby's stuck at your breast all the time, ask your husband. Hopefully, he's there for you. Ask him just, take over for a couple hours. Let me take a long shower, shave my legs, maybe change, put some makeup on, maybe do your hair, get some fresh air, go for a walk, something that just gives you a little second to breathe. Again, hopefully your husband or your partner is supportive in that way, but just some time to yourself to breathe, it can go so far. So that's my advice.
For these questions, also, like, if you guys chat on here, and if not, if you guys are on Twitter, you know, tweet us, and I will retweet. And as people like answer like their ideas, there's a lot of moms that watch us. Um, we'll retweet it, and then it just creates that network of people that know what's going on. All right, so I mean, on my part, baby blues, I don't know. I mean, I didn't go through that. She said she didn't go through it. You know, yeah, there's changes and it's hard, and I think I don't know if necessarily it's the baby blues. I think it was more of a
I just think it's change.
yeah.
It's change. You go from being 2 to being 3.
And it's
So-
even now, like there's points where you know you're like, hey, you know what, we can't just pick up and leave. Like I was telling you today, the U.S. men's national team drew Mexico for September 10th, our anniversary,
Next year.
in Columbus, Ohio, and I would love to do that. Like, you know, Columbus, Ohio, September against Mexico, and it's actually a game that counts.
And it's our anniversary. So
You
he's
know?
thinking about, saving money and flying out, which, is cool, but we can't do it from one day to another. We can't plan this shit in August. Like, we got to plan now in freaking November for September next year. Because you can't just pick up and go.
Yeah. Wow.
And that's a kind of change that you don't get used to. And that's, and you'll never get used to it until the kids are grown up and in college. And even then, you have to think about what you're doing because the kids still are there, even though they're not physically there. So change will fuck with you, but you got to communicate with your partner, with your mom, with your friends, with your gyno. Just communicate, talk, tell everybody how you feel. Don't bottle it up because it'll kill you.
Geneva posted something, and coming from the male perspective, that's tough. Like, I couldn't. I mean, I couldn't see not watching them. You know, it's hard, and it sucks that he doesn't. Like something we say, communication. It's not about anger or frustration or being pissed, but sitting down and, hey, dude, like, check it out. I need this. I
think like reading stuff like that, especially because I know you, and it makes me mad. It makes me mad because I'm a mom. I'm not a mom of twins, but I'm a mom of 2. So I don't understand why he wouldn't. They're his children, and not even for you. Not even to be like, give my wife a break. No, they're your kids. Watch your kids. So it's I know it's frustrating for you, but again, communicate. Tell him, talk to him, talk to his friends, talk to talk to his family, talk to your family, because I know what it's like to just need a second. And if you don't have a partner, it's even way more exhausting because that's all you think about is that you don't have help.
But again, it's the conversation. Like, hey, you know what? I'm pretty sure you've already talked to him, but it's reiterating it. And it's not a blame game because that already turns bad. It's about, hey, you know what? This is, even if it's 15 minutes. Like with her, there's times that I'll get home from work and I know she's irritated or whatever, and I'll just grab the girls and take them to the kitchen. And whether she's in the bed watching I Love Lucy for 30 minutes, like, I mean, sometimes that's all that's needed. Yeah. But okay. That's one question. Let's go to the next. Yeah. Dude, you gotta talk while we're like being quiet. Cause
I'm too busy drinking.
Hold on, this one's a long one. Do you want to read it?
This one's long. Can you give us the gist?
No, I want to read them just so everybody. So this is again like, let's keep it anonymous.
You're a better reader.
Okay. I need some advice on the situation I'm currently in. I would like to be kept anonymous. Bam! I've been in a relationship with my boyfriend for almost 6 years. I don't know if it's worth fighting for anymore. I feel so demoralized and stripped bare. I bared my soul, and what do I get? Mistrust. When we had been together for 9 months, I had an altercation with my boyfriend's sister, who is 8 years my senior. I'm only 24. She started saying that I was using him, that I was only interested in money, and that I didn't love him. Like an idiot, he believed all the drama that she created. She has a habit of lashing out on people who are happy when she is miserable. Her family life was falling apart and she couldn't take seeing us happy. So he broke up with me for a period of 2 weeks. I was devastated. I felt like I was dying. I had lost my soulmate. He eventually found out the truth and realized that I had nothing to do with this. I didn't come around his family for a period of 2 years until one day the sister said she wanted to keep the peace. I didn't trust her for a long time after that. Me not trusting my boyfriend's sister became a big issue with him. I didn't trust anyone. I barely had any trust in him because he ripped my heart out and I just couldn't trust him. I was insecure for a long time, but I tried so hard to get that trust in him back. We got through that rough period and we're happy again, making plans for our future. We were originally making plans to get married. I graduated from college this year. I told him I wanted to wait till I graduated with my bachelor's. After everything, I eventually forgave his sister and I started to form a friendship with her, because I know how much my boyfriend's family means to her. I thought we were all good when she recently started drama again, saying that I was taking money from her brother that he paid for my education, when he never has and never will. Now his family is saying I started all of this. I don't talk to anyone, much less trust people. I grew up in much less trust people. I grew up in an alcohol-infused, abusive household. I learned very young to never ask for anything. Until this day, I am the same way. I will not ask anyone for anything, whether it be money or things I need. Due to this, I grew up with only boys. I have 7 brothers. All my friends are guys. They are very protective of me because of something that happened to me when I was 18. I was raped by an acquaintance of a friend. When he found out, he went ballistic and almost killed this guy. I don't trust people in general, and for me to trust anyone is rare. But ever since this incident, my friend has been everything. He's been my best friend, my rock. When things aren't going good, he's always helped me through it. He's like a brother to me. My boyfriend, he says he doesn't trust me, but still loves me. I don't know what to do. My friend has been my outlet. He's been very understanding and let me vent. But he doesn't think it's fair that I get put through all this shit when she's miserable and makes everyone hate me. And what a coincidence that her family life is deteriorating again. The boyfriend of 10 plus years cheated on her and kicked her out. I don't know if my heart can take this pain anymore. I have always known he was my soulmate, and I have fought so hard with him now. Sorry for my continued run-ons. Now I just don't trust my heart to tell me what to do. My head just tells me to leave. It's not worth it, no matter how much it hurts. I just need advice. I don't know what to do. It's tearing me apart, and it's starting to affect my health. My anxiety attacks are getting really bad. I don't know what to do anymore. And she wrote a lyric. In this world, I'll wait for you until I leave this world. I'll carry your love into the afterworld. Don't despair, my love. I'll see you in the afterworld. It's from Tiger Army.
Yes.
I
say, listen to your head. Your head's telling you to leave, then you need to. You mentioned a lot of times it was your soulmate. Your soulmate wouldn't do that to you. So he's not. Simple. Your friend's right. Listen to your friend. Listen to your head. Sometimes the head is smarter than the heart, sadly. But in this situation, I think you need to go for your health if your anxiety is whacked out by it. I mean, I constantly hear, people say that they're in love, but there's this and that and this and that. And, when it comes to soulmates and all that stuff, like, there's no buts. Nothing gets in the way. There's no little big things like that.
I'm the big proponent of, like, this is the biggest thing we have, the head, and if her head's already telling her to get out, like, get out. There's tough baggage. In my opinion is when we become together, we become a unit. Where, again, like we've said about pay and kids, what we're talking about right now. Same thing here. You become a unit. You know, if situations happen with my family, I'll defend her, and vice versa. Sometimes you defend even though they're wrong, and then you sit down and, hey, you know what? Like, I'm defending you, but you're wrong. This is how it's supposed to be, and you see how it's coming back and forth. he can't. Yeah, someone posted Genemia posted that he can't put his girlfriend before his sister, and that unfortunately that's tough. You're in a relationship, you know. If you're planning, she said that they were planning on getting married. That's a big step, you know. That becomes your life, your marriage, your partner. So
One thing I noticed, this is, just my
man, she beat me to the beer.
example. One thing I've noticed, you okay? You're playing it off. Is once we got married, because his mom is number one. Angel's mom is number one because he's the only child. When we got married, she got the number 2 slot. I didn't put her there. He did. And that's what's supposed to be done. And the same thing happened with me. My sister was my number 1 because I was never close to my dad and I didn't have a mom. When we got married, my sister was put number 2. And some people can take it and some people can't. His mom knew that was the way it was supposed to be done. That was the right thing to do. She was now number 2, and now that the girls are born, she's 4, That's the way it's supposed to be done. My sister, unfortunately, couldn't accept that. But, like, when it comes to a serious, committed relationship, they're supposed to accept that they're no longer important. Or not important, but just, you know what I mean.
No, go ahead. Keep talking. That computer stuff. Okay. Are we coming in through to you guys okay? Because our other computer, the one where we like check where we're at.
It froze.
It froze. So I just want to make sure. Okay, cool.
We're fine. All right. Yeah, so that's that. I think you should go. I think you should listen to your head and listen to your friend and go. Start fresh, start new for your sake, your anxiety's sake.
Right here. I mean, sometimes your heart is calling you and telling you this, but unfortunately, sometimes your heart's wrong. And you just gotta pick up and say, you know what? Thank you for the past 6 years, and let's go. Move on. It's the best. Drama is the enemy of youth. Okay, that's what you're gonna have drama with work, with bills, with all this stuff. What's supposed to make you happy is your relationship, and you don't need that drama.
Yeah.
So, boom. Next one. You want me to read or you read?
You're a good reader.
Okay. This one I read a while back, and I was trying to email back, but I didn't know how to email back because it's just a tough situation. It's called Incarcerated Love.
It sounds like a novel. You're horrible.
No, I'm trying to give it feeling.
Sounds like some essay song.
I'm trying to give it feeling. Okay. That'd be a pretty cool song. I'm gonna email Nick 13. Before I can go into my question, I need to give you a little backstory. I have a 6-year-old daughter and have been a single mommy ever since she was 10 months. Her daddy was not making the right choices about his life and was incarcerated. We have kept a relationship, if you can call it that, for all this time through phone calls, letters, and maybe less than 5 visits. It has been very hard, as it is for any single mother, to make it out on your own. I do live at home with my mom, but that doesn't mean I get a free ride. I pay rent, have my own food, and pay all of my own bills. I am technically just someone who is renting at her house. Roommates. Unfortunately, my mother is not very supportive or helpful, but I have made the choice to stay there for the safety and stability of my daughter. Anyways, before this gets too long, let's get to it. He, my daughter's father, is finally getting released this coming up November. Oh man.
Oh shit, that's now.
Yeah, and I'm not sure of my feelings towards him at all. I do love him, but I'm not sure if things will be the same as they were and we will be going back to being a normal family. I have made the decision that we will not live together right off the bat, and we both agreed on that. I just think that we kind of need to get to know each other again. We both have changed over 5 years, or at least I know I have. My other point is that although my daughter knows who her daddy is she is not used to having him around or sharing my attention with anyone else. So I told him that he slowly needs to gain our daughter's trust and love. There are just way too many factors into this thing. My conflict is that in my heart I fully want to be with him, but my head or rational side is telling me that I shouldn't, because I know there will be lots of drama and struggling when trying to make this work. I feel like I have led him on all these years, and many times I find myself saying, why didn't I just leave the begging, the be- at the begging at the beginning of all this? Sorry. I am truly confused, and as the date of his release approaches, I'm growing more and more stressed. What do you think? Should I give him a chance and go with my girly feelings, or just move on and trust the woman I have become throughout this whole journey? Thank you, incarcerated love. Okay.
You want my opinion first?
Let me give my opinion first. So, here it's a tough situation, in my opinion. I think she's made the right decision, and when he's released, that they're gonna be separate, which is cool. It's something that she's making the right choice, the right decision. So I do agree. I mean, here is a situation where her head's already making the right decision and not jumping straight into it, where she told him already that he's got to gain the 6-year-old daughter's trust. I mean, a 6-year-old, it's a little kid, it's going to be kind of like, what the hell's going on? So with her heart telling her, you know what, I still want to try it. I mean, I still care for this person. I see why not. Like, try it. See where it goes. People change, like she said. And I mean, while he was incarcerated, it could have changed. He could be a different person. But then again, he could be the same. You don't know unless you try it for the time being. If it doesn't work, then use your head like you have. And say, hey, you know what? This isn't working. It's not going to work. We're trying, but it's still not. And again, try to avoid the drama. Again, we're all adults. We're all trying to avoid the drama.
I agree. You got to think about your daughter. She's what's important right now. So it would be totally weird if you felt with your heart this time and just brought him into your life as if nothing, as if he was never gone, and it's going to weird her out. She's going to feel replaced, and that's the last thing you want to do. So I think it's just taking it step by step, as if you guys were dating. Date again and start over, start fresh, start new, and have her get comfortable with the situation too, because it's not just you anymore, it's your little girl. And I mean, you're doing the right thing, thinking with your head, and it sounds like you're on the right path with it, and you're thinking smart because of her. So I think you've got it under control. You sound smart, so I commend you for that.
Yeah, you sound like you have a really good head on your shoulders. And your daughter is good to have a mama that thinks like this. You're not just like, hey, you know what, let's go. Mm-hmm. And the good thing is, it seems like he's trying to be in the daughter's life, which is cool, because I mean, it happens where the dad just doesn't want to be in the child's life, and then again the mom has to step in. So yeah, incarcerated love. I Love Zombie says, hey, go for it, try it. And then if it doesn't work, again, your head's straight. Next question. So next is a series of 3 questions, and we'll read them and answer them at the same time.
You've been at this for what, an hour?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Yes.
30. Okay.
Yeah, an hour. We still got 30 minutes.
All right.
You guys want me to shut up? I'll shut up.
No, go.
Hi, wait, no, let me skip that. So, question number 1. They released pictures from the Mars rover showing dried up water beds that look almost identical to Earth. Do you guys have any thoughts on the Mars rover project, or the thought of life on Mars? Your thoughts? This email is about a month old, so.
Absolutely no idea what they're talking about.
The Mars rover. The little transformer thing that landed in Mars. No? Do you believe in any of this?
No.
No?
No.
No?
No.
I mean, we're here. I don't discredit there being life on other planets of the universe. So I think it's awesome. I think the Mars rover project is something that's cool. It's important for our country. It's important, again, for our youth. It creates that imagination and that curiosity that made us go to the moon. you know, that made us go into space, that now made us go into Mars. And again, it's something that progresses our society. Um, whether in our lifetime we'll ever see space stations, I don't know. I mean, with technology, how fast it's moving, with technology, there's a hidden Mickey on the moon, guys. This is
Oh yeah, I
coming
saw that.
from findingmickey.com, and they know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Um, it's something that's cool. I dig it. Whether there's life on Mars, I mean, they're finding proof of water and all this stuff. What's going on here is a trip. What's going on with Earth is something, for example, what happened with Hurricane Sandy. There's global changes always. It's funny because today I was thinking, what was that movie where like it freezes and Jake Gyllenhaal's in there? And remember, like they're in the library and they're running. You guys help me out with this.
Oh, I know what movie that is.
Come
Dang,
on, you guys.
I
Jake
don't know.
Gyllenhaal freezing. He's running into the library before the frost touches him and he freezes. Come on, help me out.
Some cheesy ass movie.
No, it's actually really cool.
Wasn't there like
The Day After Tomorrow. No, not Bubble Boy. The day after tomorrow. So the day after tomorrow, I like
Oh, that movie.
with what's going on. What's going on with Sandy and all that stuff. It makes you think. I mean, here we're in California. Yeah, you know, it's
Oh, good job.
it's scary. It's November. It's the first week in November, and I'm fucking burning up right now. Yeah, the day after tomorrow.
It's gonna be 80 degrees on like Thursday or something.
Yeah, like
Tuesday.
I mean, there's a climate change, and unfortunately, that's what happens. And again, they falls back on Mars. Like we don't know if there was some sort of climate change there where, yeah, there used to be water, and bam, nothing's there anymore. Walt Disney's cryogenically frozen at Mars. Bam, we solved it. So yeah, I think it's a great project. I think the space program is something important for our country. Again, it goes into the education and the funding. Instead of going to war, we should invest in that. Message.
Question number 2.
I love that you guys love hockey as much as I do, and that you're raising your girls to love it as well. I'm a huge Pittsburgh Penguins fan. I know you support the Kings, but I was wondering if you have any rival hockey teams that you hate, similar to the Chivas USA fuck the Galaxy rivalry.
No. We don't.
Yeah, no, we don't.
We just like the Kings because it's as close as we get to soccer on the winter.
And right now, fucking greedy motherfuckers, both sides. Fuck the players, fuck the owners.
Yeah.
You guys don't care about the fucking fans.
We support the team because they're in LA and, you know, and we like hockey and stuff like that, but we really haven't been that long of supporters to
have a rivalry.
Rivalries and stuff like that. But I mean, Kings all the way.
Yeah, like when I grew up, like I played hockey. It was one of the best sports I've played. Like I was actually really, really good. So I was into it. I grew up with the Pittsburgh Penguins as being one of the teams I followed because of Mario Lemieux and Jeremiah Jagr. Can't never say his name. Eric Lindros for the Philadelphia Flyers. Fedorov for the Red Wings and so forth. So I mean, I liked all these teams, but there was never a rivalry. I like with the fucking Galaxy that I hate and despise. And right now they're actually playing against San Jose, and hopefully they're fucking losing because I fucking hate them. But yeah, no, we don't have rivalries in hockey. I just enjoy the sport. I think it's a great sport, and I unfortunately, like I thought the players were more humble, you know, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Last question.
Number 3.
Tattoos. I know that you both don't listen to stereotypes that go along with having tattoos, but I'm curious if you ever felt discriminated against because of them. I know you work blah blah blah. I was wondering if they ever gave you shit about your tattoos. I used to be a blah 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 at blah 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 in my area, and they gave me shit all the time. Made me wear long sleeves and take out my piercings. Just curious to hear your take. Do you want to give your point of view? Do you ever talk to your boss about tattoos?
My boss doesn't care, which is why I'm trying to tattoo everything. But I mean, I get judged when I'm out, but I don't know if it's the tattoos. I don't know if it's the hair. I don't know if it's my ears. I don't know if it's because I look like this and I'm a mom. I don't know when I do get judged what it's for. It could be because I'm eating a hamburger and I'm being judged by a vegetarian, or, you know, like, I don't know why. So I've never really felt judged for a certain thing on my body. Like, made it obvious that it was that. So when I'm judged fully, I guess.
Didi, that's the start of the plaque for Pirates of the Caribbean for the 45th anniversary plaque.
I gotta hit a Mickey on my leopard. There he is.
And then, I mean, here it says a pirate's life for me.
And then I got Daisy's bow.
Yeah, that's what she was asking about. She's like, other than that.
Yeah.
So for me, for tattoos where I work, like I've set up a certain what do you say? How do you say? Not a like I've set up the bar. So recently I had a visit from like my top dude, the top guy from my side of the company. And I mean he's known me now for a year and he loves it. Like my store is one of the top stores because of my work ethic, because of the team that I run, you know, like.
Did you cover up by any chance?
No, I mean I was doing a truck, so I just wasn't wearing my shirt. I mean my ears, they know who I am, they know what I am. So I've never had an issue, and it's something that I've always challenged. I've always challenged appearance. It's since I was.
16.
I worked at Circuit City when I worked at Circuit City I was 17. 17, 18, I started stretching my ears. And it was a consistent like battle with HR about certain things. My hair, I had my hair in a mohawk. Maybe it was about 3 inches. And they didn't like it. I challenged them. I'm like, okay, where does it say in HR, whatever, blah, 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 that I can't have my hair like this? Guy never came back. Different hair colors. They came at me. I told them, okay, well, if I can't have my hair dyed, no woman can have their hair dyed because there's a lot of women here that dye their hair. Never came back to me. I used to paint my nails. Hooliganox, I'll tell you later. My nails. So one day the HR one, that was one of the ones that they gave the biggest fuss. Like, he actually was like, what are you doing? Why are you painting your nails? And I was like, well, because I like it. You know, I paint my nails black. He was like, no, well, you can't do that. I was like, well, where does it say I can't? And he's like, well, it's in the dress code. No. Where does it say in the dress code that you can't paint your nails because you're a male? He went to it, blah, 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 and he's like, well, you know what, let me get back to you. Motherfucker never got back to me. You gotta challenge it sometimes. It's progress. Again, like we were talking about the election, equality and marijuana, it's progress. You know, we're gonna be socially progressive, and we have to challenge it sometimes. That's what I'm doing here, you know, like, my store is one of the top stores. Why? Because I'm able to produce it. Yeah, and it's not my appearance. It's who I am.
Yeah.
When we go to Disneyland on Sunday, sorry.
I think so.
When we went to yeah, stick it to the fucking man. No, but sometimes you gotta work with the man. I'm not gonna say that.
You just said it.
Yeah. So Sunday we went to Disneyland, and I had my sleeveless, and I was wearing my vest, my Neverlanders vest, and I go up to trade a pin with the lady, and I'm like, "How you doing, man? May I see your pins?" Because I again with my vocabulary, I try to eliminate like,
Proper.
and can.
May I?
So may I?
Don't say that.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying you don't.
Okay.
And she tells me, she's like, oh, you know, blah blah blah. She's like, I really like your look, and I was like, oh well, thank you, man, blah blah blah. She's like, and it also makes it great that you're very nice. And I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, you know. And I was like, yeah, people that look like me are usually fucking assholes. And she's like, yeah, I do. The girls. You see, that's what she basically said. That's what she was implying. And I was like, no, I understand. There's a barber in the area that he's known for that type of situation. He's kicked out women from his barber shop because they're women.
And he gives tattooed people bad
names. So I won't add anything to it, but just that's situation, and that's bad. Like,
it's just, I think if you're gonna be if you're already a stereotype, try to change it, dude. You know, like if you're already being judged by the way you look, and you know you are because you're obviously that way, change it. You know, like it sucks. It sucks. But being tattooed, you're judged. Being black, you're judged. Being Mexican, you're judged. Being Asian, you're judged. You know, and if you're already judged for what you look like, try your hardest to change it. Because if you don't try your hardest to change it, you're just giving everybody else that's like you a bad name. You know, and again, like I luckily because of all my supporters, I don't get judged at work. Which is why
I judge her sometimes.
I look like this, because I'm able to look like this and not have any rules and restrictions and stuff. Out in the outside
Being
world,
fat, you're judged. Yeah, well, unfortunately, yeah. Like it's appearances.
in any way, you're judged. You know, and
I'll tell you guys something right now after she's done.
luckily, you know, out in the world, like, yeah, I do get judged. Again, I don't know what I get judged for. I don't know if it's the hair, the tattoos, the ears, the makeup, what I wear, if I'm a mom, if, you know, the way I scold the girls, if we're at Disneyland, you know, the way I discipline them. I don't know what I get judged for because there's so much to judge me on. But I do know that I'm the nicest person out there, and I'm polite, and I have manners, and I'm a good mom. I'm a great mom. I'm a good businesswoman, and I'm a hard worker. So you can't judge me on all that shit. You know, so.
So something like I again, it's something I instill in my team. Never judge anyone. I'll give you guys an example. When I think it was my second year at Toys R Us. This dude, man, like he came in and everybody at not Toys R Us, sorry, Circuit City. Nobody wanted to help him. Okay.
Wait, what was wrong with him?
He smelled like pot. He was just out there. He's some Jamaican guy. Okay? And all these guys that worked outside of what my responsibility was, they worked on commission. So they made money on what he bought. So nobody wanted to help him. I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I can't judge him by what he looks like, especially if he's a guest. So I went up to him and I'm like, hey man, how you doing? Jamaican, like thick Jamaican accent. Dude. This guy bought, I think his first run, he bought, I think, 12 laptops. And they were the iMac 3s, the colorful ones.
I remember those.
He bought the digital cameras when they were first coming out, I think 7 of them. Bought, like, all the little extra accessories. He travels back and forth from Jamaica. And he gives them to schools in Jamaica. Like, really good guy. He smokes pot. Jamaican.
That's what they do in Jamaica.
This guy would come and look for me going forward, and he would spend close to $16,000 every 3 months. Okay, again, not judging him from what he smelled like, what he looked like. I would help him. Yeah, sometimes he kind of reeked because he didn't shower for a couple of days. I think that's something in the culture. Yeah,
because they don't wash their hair. Right?
But totally fucking cool guy, and I mean he was here giving us business and giving us, and the freaking, like, the guys that were on commission fucking hated me because I didn't get commission, and I was like, no, fuck you guys didn't want to help him. I'm not gonna give it to you guys. And the money would just go, you know,
yeah.
And that's what happened. So that's been my mentality. I don't judge people by them. I don't judge people until they actually act on something. You know, and then it's not judging because they're actually acting on something. They're assholes, douchebags, or whatever. Wait, unless you're a Galaxy fan, then fuck you.
Don't be a jackass, because I know Galaxy fans are the nicest people in the world. Like, I will not.
That is a fucking lie. No, I'm just joking. No. We know a couple of good Galaxy fans.
I know good Galaxy fans. I can count them on one hand, though.
So that was a pretty good question on tattoo. Yeah. It took us a while.
Yeah.
Next question. So this one's parent stuff. I would love to know how you guys deal with tantrums.
Oh my god.
And discipline. Do you guys spank or no? And the ultimate worst tantrums in public, like at the store or at Disneyland. Like when my monkey wants something at the store and I say no. Oh man, all hell breaks loose. You go first.
Well, it again, we're really big on this, and you'll hear it more than once with us. We're a team, and there's times where only one of us can calm. Usually it's Tula that's throwing the tantrum because Izzy hasn't hit
Geneva,
that.
yes.
Hasn't hit that.
Anemia.
What?
No, she has something.
Oh, okay. Usually it's Tula that throws the tantrums because Izzy hasn't reached that stage yet. I don't even think she ever will. But anyways, so when it's Tula throwing the tantrum, it's usually one of us that can calm her down, and it's the one that didn't piss her off. So, for example, if Angel says no, you can't have this toy if we're at a toy store, and she throws her fit, I'm able to calm her down. Oh, okay, sorry. I'm able to calm her down. So, we just take a team effort. I have my ways of calming her down. I pick her up. I console her. I sing to her. I walk off and show her something else. You know, and there's days usually when we're out. I've noticed this pattern when we're out. Izzy or Tula's. I can calm Tula down when we're out. I can handle her tantrums when we're out. When we're in the house, I can't because I'm with her all day. That when there's another tantrum, I physically cannot handle it anymore. So he does. It's a team effort with us. We each have our different ways of consoling her, of calming her down. It's just, I can't tell you it's patience because I have no patience. I have none. So it's just, I don't know. Sometimes I just want to throw a tantrum with her. So, what's
That's
your
good.
advice? Yeah.
Tantrums, they're tough. And they're very, very tough. And I mean, I'm pretty sure the parents out there know. And most parents, when you're at a store or at Disneyland or out at the park or anything, understand you. You know, kids throw tantrums. Throw tantrums. I'm the type of person that the thing I don't spank in the butt, but I will smack her little hand. Tula and Izzy. Tula more than Izzy. Tula throws more tantrums than Izzy. I don't know how to, like, it keeps going back to, like, up
It
top.
wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know. When I
Now
touched
it
it,
is.
it fucked up.
Yeah, you did.
Jesus.
Okay.
When Tula throws tantrums, or when she's throwing a tantrum, I try to calm her down because she's already throwing a tantrum. When she does something bad to discipline her, I will smack her in her little hand. Same thing with Izzy. Something that Tula does right now that's bad, and Izzy does it too, is biting. Oh man, when she gets frustrated or pissed, she will bite. So I smack her little hand, and she knows that she bit, and she knows that she's coming. It's coming. When she still does it after the hand, then I sit her down and I, put her on timeout. That's when the tantrum happens. The tantrum happens and she freaks out and starts crying, and I'll go over there and set her down, not say anything. Eventually she starts, calming herself down, and I'll go over there and, tell her what she did wrong, and then go forward. Out in the store at Disneyland and so forth, I'll let her throw the tantrum. I don't care. People that will stare, you're not dealing with my 3-year-old that's throwing a tantrum. Stare all you want. I'm not going to smack her. I'm not going to hit her, because why am I going to smack her and hit her when she's already throwing a tantrum? I will let her cry it out. It happens, and parents around you will understand what's going on.
Yeah, like I noticed that. Like especially more at Disneyland, because that's usually the biggest public place we go to. When Tula's throwing a tantrum, I can see other parents with kids, like, oh, like, I feel you. I know how you feel, and I do the same thing when I hear a kid wailing the way Tallulah does. I look at the mom and I'm like, yeah, I know how you feel, and the mom just, bugs out her eyes or something, so being parents usually are the ones that understand. It's usually like the teenage kids that are like, oh my God, what is wrong with that kid? And it fucking kills me. I just want to look at that kid and be like, mind your fucking business. But that would just, again, throw a big old thing on judgmental people, and will give a reason for people to be like, well, tattooed people are fucking mean, and I don't want to do that. So we just let her cry, and to the point where if one of us can calm her down, then we will. It's just letting her cry. Eventually she gets over it. I think 3-year-old tantrums are the worst. People are like terrible twos.
Well, no, it starts at tantrums too. Yeah,
it's terrible 1s, 2s, and 3s.
Izzy's starting to like Izzy's got a temper like, and for the ones that have kids, 2, 3 of them, you guys will know personalities are different. You guys see it. Um, my dad would say, "I'll whoop your ass." I would stop fast, so I plan on doing that.
That's funny.
Well, yeah, that's what I say. I'm like, manita,
Manita.
manita.
And she's like,
And she's,
no,
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 manita.
manita. Stop. Yeah.
So yeah, like you'll see personality different. Izzy will freak out to where she'll drop herself on the ground and start slamming her head on the ground. Okay, then I have to pick her up. Yeah.
Like that.
Your son talks back to you. Izzy, Tula does that. Tula does that sometimes.
Yeah. She says no.
Something that somebody posted, something that somebody said. They said that when strangers basically intervene, that drives me fucking nuts.
We've never had that.
Not necessarily.
Stop touching it.
I know. I'm not trying not to. It's just like I'm trying to read the question. Don't scream at me, Bunny. Well, at Disneyland on Sunday, some girl was like, "Oh my god!" to Izzy, and we're like, "Oh my god, what the fuck happened?"
I thought she was bleeding from her face when she said that.
Izzy was squeezing her little like yogurt
puree
pouch
thing. She like just
on her. And I'm like,
this girl panicked, like Izzy was bleeding
I'm like,
from
dude,
her face.
like, relax.
I ran over there and I'm like, what's wrong with her? She's like, she is spilling that all over her. And I was like, thanks for the freaking drama.
When we went to Portland and on the plane, we had the front row, and next to us was a couple too, and they had a little 2-year-old, 1.5, and she started kind of freaking out, blah blah blah. So instead of like handing it to her, we asked the parents, hey, you know what? Can she have a little coloring book? Are you guys okay with that? We'll ask the parents.
Yeah.
Before we give it to the child, because I don't know if the parent is the type that's like, hey, you know what? She's gonna cry it out. I don't give a shit if this plane is freaking out.
They were like, no, it's okay, because I packed. You guys, I don't know if you guys saw. I packed a lot of shit for the plane ride just to be safe because it was our first. And I had a little coloring set with crayons, and Angel was like, well, does she want this to distract her? And he asked the parents, and they were like, no, it's okay, she'll calm down right now. It was that easy. But I mean, what if I gave her, or he gave her the coloring book, and she ate the fucking crayons or some shit, and they'd be all pissed off about that? Like, there's got to be boundaries, and I think parents understand. One really good thing, when we were trick or treating, we stopped by a house, and the girls were picking out candy, and the woman was like, can she have peanuts? Because it was a peanut butter cup. How fucking awesome is that? Not a lot of people ask anymore, and there's been a lot of peanut allergies. I was like, yes, they can have peanuts. Thank you for asking. So it's being nice to the parents, because they're already fucking frustrated, like, don't make it worse. They're the ones dealing with the tantrums. Don't make it worse and be like, what are you doing to that child? Like, well, fuck you, sir. I'm already dealing with this 3-year-old, and you're over there judging me. Like, it's already hard. So if you're single out there or don't have kids or whatever, don't judge the parents when the kids are throwing tantrums, because it's a kid. It's not the parents being bad parents. It's a freaking kid that just fucking wants candy, or wants to get down when we can't get down, or wants to go see Mickey but he already took off, or some shit, Yeah.
Someone posted, what the fuck, I hate that some older lady was like, oh, my ears hurt when my son was playing at the table. He was one and was pounding with his hands on the table. I seriously got upset because she wanted me to stop him. People like that are stupid.
Yeah. I would have told that lady to fuck off. But in my head. I wouldn't have literally said it, because she would have been like, tattoo people are fucking mean. And I always try to avoid that.
I just, again, as a parent, you understand. And as I get older, I kind of see that. And there's, at my store, I see it all the time where the child's throwing a tantrum and freaking out. And I mean, I'm like, they apologize. And I'm like, you don't have to be sorry, man. Like,
it happens.
It
happens a lot. I mean, like, when the parents are like, or when the kids are running off and they cross in front of you, like, it happens at Disneyland. Everything happens at Disneyland. They cross in front of you, and like, you weave the stroller out of the way so you don't run over the poor kid, and all the parents are like, oh, I'm so sorry. And it's like, I mean, don't be sorry. I got kids too. You got to understand. People that don't understand are the kidless people, because right away they like look at you like you're not watching your child. So it's frustrating, and it's really hard to hold your tongue and not just be like lash out at people. But you gotta think smart, I guess.
But do the girls listen to one of you more than the other?
When they're throwing tantrums, yes. When they're throwing tantrums again, only one of us can make them happy because
and it switches. It'll
yeah,
switch.
the one that pissed them off, whether it be me or him, is the one that didn't is gonna make them happy. So yeah, I mean it switches. Sometimes they won't listen to either of us and go to ground.
Yeah.
So.
We have dealt with rude people at Disneyland cutting at the stroller line, at the tram and elevator. Again.
Oh, I hate that rule.
What rule?
That rule. Your mom's at the door.
My mother's at the door. You want to see her? Mom! Pásale.
It's open.
Todo el mundo te va a ver, so you better be closed. Mande. Yeah. She won't come in. Yeah, like, what do you mean, what rule?
Oh, so there's, like, I've noticed it. Like, it's the elevator rule when you park in the structure. There's people with double strollers, sometimes triples, and there's people with singles. And we're all in a line trying to get into the elevator. I've noticed that, you know, if the elevator's packed with a bunch of single strollers, but there's no room for the double stroller, a single stroller in the back will cut in front of you and get in. Like, where the fuck is that rule? Because you're a single and you fit, you get to go in ahead of me? I don't think that's right. I think because, you know, or if you're going to ask, be like, well, my single fits, can I cut in front of you? Then I'd be like, sure, you know, your single fits.
Oh, okay,
you know
when they just assume.
Yeah, but when they just assume, oh, well, your double stroller doesn't fit, but my single does, good riddance, I'm going to go in front of you in the elevator line. I just want to punch those fucking people in the throat. I can't stand that. Because there's no rule. It's common courtesy. We're in a line. First come, first serve.
See, like, that happens at the elevator. But the tram, we don't ever take the tram. We walk from
the structure to
downtown to Disneyland.
We walked. We can count the times we've been on the tram.
Yeah, we don't.
Even when I was pregnant.
Especially with the girls. I hate breaking down the stroller.
8 months pregnant, walking down all the way from the, like, I did it every time, once a week. We really don't take the tram. I think the only time we take the tram is when Grandma goes, and that's sometimes, because now she's on an exercise fit and she likes to walk.
Why not? I like the walk. I enjoy the walk. I enjoy the walk because we get to people watch.
And then we get to shop. I like Pin Traders a lot. Angel likes D Street. So we shop on our way up, and we usually shop on our way down. So.
Yeah, and then and like I'm telling you, I mean, you have the diaper bag. If you take sweaters, you have sweaters under. Potty. All these things, and I hate breaking down the stroller. Like, it's a pain in the butt. Or if you don't have to break down the stroller, you have to wait in that first line. But then I feel like I'm taking it away from handicapped people. So I try not to. I just walk. Like I enjoy walking. And I've done it for 12 years.
When I was pregnant, there's been times when we walked and it'd be so hot and I was pregnant that we'd have to stop because I'd almost pass out. And we'd stop, take a breather, and then I'd get up and walk again. Like, it's just, our walking's our thing. Like, we just walk all the time.
We just graduated from the devil to two umbrellas. So much easier.
Yeah, because you don't get the hair pulling. We get that all the time. When they fight, they go at each other. I don't know if I'm comfortable with that, though, because we still get to hold hands sometimes, because one of them's pushing the stroller. If we have a double umbrella, we never get to hold hands.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So, we're at the end. You guys have been great. We always love fucking talking to you guys, just chit-chatting again. Sorry we haven't been consistent and done it every week. We try, but sometimes it gets busy, and just with season starting,
it's gonna get a lot busier.
It's gonna get a lot busier. But I mean, we're here. We love
We're trying
getting.
to do it once a week, unless otherwise. But I mean, I'm looking at the calendar. Even like the day before Thanksgiving, it's Wednesday. We could still do that one. So I think the rest of this month it looks pretty clean, pretty clear to do it every week. So.
I just added Finding Mickey on IG. Yeah, everyone go
look at
Finding Mickey.
They post the coolest shit, man, and they make me miss Disneyland.
But yeah, so that, I mean, email us questions. There's still about 9 questions that we didn't answer, and we'll keep going through them. We're trying our hardest to answer to you guys. If you've emailed us and we haven't answered your question, email us again and remind us, hey, dude, what the fuck? Pay attention. We try to pay attention to everyone.
Yeah.
Will you guys be at Disneyland on Friday? No, unfortunately, we won't.
No.
Oh, want to see one of the girls is up.
Oh, okay.
So,
Mama's gotta go.
findingmickey.com.
Right,
Make sure you
back
check
to
it out.
Girls.
And fuck the galaxy. Thank you guys. See you guys later. You guys have a good night. Kid is up.